Tammy Slaton from 1,000 Pound Sisters is very close to her sister Amy Slaton, but there are indications that she might leave her sister behind and move away from Kentucky for good. Tammy became famous on the internet by co-hosting a YouTube channel with her sister Amy. She kept her audience engaged by presenting them with obstacles and discussing how her weight affected her life. Tammy got a part on the television show 1,000 Pound Sisters in 2020. The show is about her and Amy's lives. She became a part of the show to record her fitness journey in the hopes of changing her life. Tammy struggled to lose weight due to her size and her addiction to fast food. Tammy had a hard time qualifying for the operation, but Amy made quick progress and underwent bariatric surgery. Fortunately, once Tammy went into a coma due to a health emergency that was anticipated, things began to improve. The terrifying encounter changed her perspective on life and motivated her to shed some pounds. Tammy lost hundreds of pounds in just a few months when she started going to a rehabilitation center in Ohio. She stayed committed and was ultimately able to have weight loss surgery, which transformed her life for good. Tammy may relocate to a different place, away from her sister. Tammy and Amy have had a very close relationship for a long time. They have gone through the same stages of life together, even though there is a 1-year age difference between them. They have gotten older, made YouTube videos, and appeared together on reality television for the first time. Unfortunately, the last few years have been extremely difficult for both of them. They have had a number of unhealthy arguments, and these have demonstrated that they are gradually growing apart. The Slaton sisters' relationship has changed since the beginning of the show, and the more recent seasons of TLC's 1,000 Pound Sisters have shown that they are not as close as they used to be. Tammy may be thinking about relocating away from Kentucky because she and Amy no longer have the same aspirations. Tammy and Amy used to connect with one another because they both had problems with obesity, and they were able to understand each other even though they often fought. However, their lives have altered dramatically since they first appeared, causing them to pursue different ambitions and resulting in them growing apart. Amy has gone through a divorce and is now concentrating on raising her children in Kentucky. Tammy, on the other hand, is unmarried and more physically active after dropping over 500 pounds, and she may be interested in exploring new prospects. Tammy and Amanda Halterman are in a fight. 2. Tammy's disagreement with her older sister, Amanda Halterman, could be a reason for her to leave Kentucky and her sister, Amy, behind. Tammy and Amanda's difficult relationship was shown in Season 6 of 1,000 Pound Sisters, showing that they were both equally prone to anger. One episode even showed Tammy and Amanda getting into a heated argument, which resulted in some drama. Tammy already revealed the real reason Amanda had problems with her. She explained, "She's not the pretty sister no more," suggesting that Amanda might be jealous of her smaller appearance now that she has dropped more weight. Tammy had rented Amanda's guest house in the past, but she was dissatisfied since her sister did not treat her like a tenant and did not make the necessary repairs. Tammy declared that she was going to leave the guest house after she had a disagreement with Amanda. Tammy started looking for other places to live instead of dealing with her problems with her sister. The disagreement between Tammy and Amanda had an impact on other family members, including Amy and Chris, in addition to the two of them. As a result, it would not be unexpected for Tammy to move to a different city in order to get away from the family drama. Tammy has changed since losing 500 pounds. Tammy's personality has changed as a result of her impressive weight loss. It has motivated her to look for new experiences and to make new acquaintances. After the death of her husband, Caleb Willingham, in 2023, Tammy made a commitment to put herself first. She was named a business ambassador for Pop Recovery Systems in August 2024. Tammy could have to go to different events in 2025 because of her new job. The star of 1,000 Pound Sisters may have to travel more than she has in years. which could take her to new opportunities and away from her calm existence in Kentucky with Amy. Tammy Slaton, 38 years of age, 500 pounds were lost. Amy Slaton, 37 years of age, 169 pounds were lost. Chris Combs, 44 years of age, lost 150 pounds. Amanda Halterman, 44 years of age, 31 pounds were lost. Misty Slaton Wentworth, 48 years of age, lost 74 pounds. Brittany Combs, 36 years of age, unknown. The relationship between sisters Amy and Tammy Slaton has been one of the most captivating aspects of TLC's 1,000-Pound Sisters. The show provides a raw and intimate look into their lives, showcasing the struggles they face with their weight, mental health, and the deep bond they share despite the immense challenges. Throughout the seasons, viewers have witnessed Amy consistently taking on the role of caretaker, offering both physical and emotional support for Tammy, who has faced extreme difficulties on her own weight loss journey. However, as the show progresses, Tammy's behavior and actions have begun to raise questions about the dynamics of this relationship, especially when it comes to how much support Amy has given her. Fans have watched Amy go above and beyond to help Tammy, whether it was providing care during difficult health episodes or giving financial and emotional support. Yet as the show evolves, there's a sense that Tammy is beginning to pull away from Amy in a way that feels emotionally complicated, leading viewers to wonder, how can Tammy leave Amy behind after all the help she's given her? Amy's unwavering support for Tammy. Throughout the seasons of 1,000-Pound Sisters, Amy has been more than just a sister to Tammy, she's been a lifeline. From the very beginning, Amy has taken on the role of caregiver, supporting Tammy in ways that go far beyond what most would expect from a sibling. Tammy's weight issues and health complications have often left her feeling isolated, both physically and emotionally, and Amy has been there to offer love, guidance, and encouragement. One of the most notable ways Amy has supported Tammy is by helping her in everyday tasks that Tammy could no longer perform due to her extreme obesity. Amy has been her sister's primary caregiver, helping her with activities like bathing, getting dressed, and preparing meals. This level of assistance, coupled with emotional support, often left Amy feeling drained but determined to help her sister get better. Beyond the day-to-day physical care, Amy has also supported Tammy emotionally, even when Tammy seemed resistant to change. Amy repeatedly expressed her desire for Tammy to undergo weight loss surgery, which would drastically improve her quality of life. Despite Tammy's hesitation and struggles, Amy never gave up on her sister, showing immense patience and devotion. However, as Tammy's health worsened and her weight increased, it became apparent that the burden on Amy was growing heavier. Amy was not only supporting Tammy's physical needs but also dealing with the emotional strain of watching her sister battle against herself. As the pressure built, it started to show signs of affecting Amy's own life, her marriage, her mental health, and even her relationship with her children. The emotional toll on Amy. It's impossible to ignore the emotional toll that caring for Tammy has taken on Amy. While Amy has always remained positive and loving toward her sister, there have been moments when the strain of being Tammy's primary caregiver became overwhelming. Amy's own life, her dreams, her goals, and her family often took a back seat to Tammy's needs. Amy even openly expressed her frustration at times, acknowledging that it was exhausting to always put Tammy first. In one memorable moment from the show, Amy admitted that the constant caregiving and focus on Tammy's struggles were beginning to negatively impact her own well-being. "I just want to live my life too," she said, a sentiment that resonated deeply with viewers. Amy's decision to undergo bariatric surgery herself was a pivotal moment in her life, showing her desire to prioritize her health and future. Despite the exhaustion and difficulty, Amy never truly gave up on Tammy. Even when Tammy's behaviors became self-sabotaging and her reluctance to commit to weight loss strategies was evident, Amy continued to encourage her. But as Amy moved forward with her own personal goals, getting married, starting a family, she realized the imbalance in their relationship and began to feel the weight of carrying the load alone. Tammy's growing independence, or resistance to change. Tammy Slaton's journey has been far more turbulent than Amy's, and her inability or unwillingness to follow through on her weight loss goals has been one of the show's most heartbreaking storylines. As Amy made strides to improve her life, Tammy's struggle with obesity deepened, and her health problems became even more severe. This created a cycle of dependency that was difficult to break, despite Amy's best efforts. However, in more recent seasons, there's been a noticeable shift in Tammy's behavior. With Amy becoming more independent and focusing on her own family, Tammy has shown signs of becoming more isolated, retreating into her own world of habits and comfort. While this is understandable given the emotional and psychological battles Tammy has faced, it also speaks to her resistance to the changes that Amy has so desperately wanted for her. Despite Tammy's refusal to fully commit to the process, Amy continued to try to help, whether it was setting up doctor appointments or trying to motivate her to lose weight. However, Tammy's inability to stay consistent with her weight loss efforts, paired with her reluctance to take responsibility for her actions, has created a deeper divide between the two sisters. For Amy, it has become harder to watch her sister refuse to take her health seriously. She wants to see Tammy succeed, but she also recognizes that she can't keep sacrificing her own life for someone who is not fully invested in changing. This growing tension between the sisters comes to a head in several emotional moments during the show, as Amy tries to express her frustration and need for Tammy to take more accountability for her health and life choices. The question of leaving Amy behind. As 1,000-Pound Sisters progresses, it becomes increasingly clear that Tammy is making decisions that will require her to step away from Amy's care, despite how much Amy has done for her. This begs the question, how can Tammy leave Amy behind after everything her sister has done for her? The answer lies in the complexity of Tammy's emotional state and her desire for independence. While Amy has been her main support system, Tammy has always struggled with the notion of relying on others. Her resistance to change, paired with her need to feel in control, makes it difficult for her to accept the help and love that Amy offers. In some ways, Tammy may see Amy's push for change as an indication of rejection rather than care. Furthermore, Tammy's decision to begin taking more control over her health and her own life, though it might appear as though she's leaving Amy behind, can be viewed as an attempt to reclaim agency over her situation. This is a natural part of the process for someone who has lived much of their life dependent on others. Tammy may feel that to break free from the cycle, she needs to create some emotional distance, even if it's difficult for Amy to understand. This growing emotional divide is evident in their interactions on the show. As Amy moves forward with her own life, she is faced with the reality that her support for Tammy might not be enough to change her sister's trajectory. There's a painful understanding that no matter how much Amy sacrifices for Tammy, it's ultimately up to Tammy to make the choice to change. Amy can't force her to take that step. The complexity of sisterhood and the importance of boundaries. The evolving dynamic between Amy and Tammy highlights a central issue in many sibling relationships: the balance between support and independence. While Amy has provided unwavering care for her sister, it's clear that her own life cannot be put on hold forever. Tammy's need for independence, though difficult to navigate, is a crucial part of her growth and development. In some ways, it's healthier for both women if Amy establishes boundaries. By stepping back, Amy is giving Tammy the opportunity to take more responsibility for her life and make decisions that are ultimately her own. However, this emotional distance is painful, as it challenges the very foundation of their relationship, the deep bond of sisterhood and the desire to see each other thrive. As Amy moves forward with her own family and priorities, the question remains: can Tammy learn to take control of her own life without relying on Amy? The answer, like much of the journey the Slaton sisters have experienced, is unclear. What is certain, though, is that both women must grow in their own ways, and that growth may require them to navigate difficult emotional terrain as they both seek fulfillment and healing in different ways. A journey of growth, independence, and understanding. The dynamic between Amy and Tammy Slaton is as complicated as it is poignant. While Amy has done so much for Tammy, acting as her caretaker, emotional support system, and motivator, Tammy's journey is her own. Whether she can eventually take the steps necessary to improve her life without Amy's constant assistance remains to be seen. What's clear, though, is that both sisters are on their own paths of growth. For Amy, the challenge lies in balancing her desire to help her sister with the need to take care of her own life. For Tammy, it's about finding the strength to embrace change and take ownership of her health and future. Both journeys will continue to unfold on 1,000 Pound Sisters, leaving fans eagerly awaiting to see how their bond will evolve.